G'day good people, it's November the 5th, just got up here. There's a guy over there flying a DJI, there's some people over there making a video of some sort, with a guy in a tracksuit doing a run. Just spoke to a guy up here from a magazine, road testing the new DJI 3. Interesting, if you like quads. 40-minute flight time. Very impressive. Second flight of the day. The first flight I never recorded because it was an experimental flight, and that was with the zohd. Anybody who's seen my video last night, I fitted a collapsed sun to the front of it, and a guy who watched the video pointed out there was a puff of smoke as I was turning it off. Unfortunately, yeah, he was right, because I see the puff of smoke when I was turning it off. Unfortunately, it's got the brightness of a collapsed sun, but the heat of a halogen cooker. I mean, I could put a nice little sausage in front of it and it would cook it. The amount of heat that 10-watt LED produces is phenomenal. It's got a massive heat sink on the back, but even so it doesn't dissipate the heat. Well, in fact it does, because I've actually hot glued it on to a metal plate, and even that metal plate gets red hot. Anyway, I took it for a fly this morning. Absolutely brilliant. We could sort of fly it right over them trees way over there, and that bright sort of shone out like the star when Jesus was being born. Really bright, but directly I brought it into land, because I was 30 seconds getting to it, because the old legs don't work that well these days. It got too hot and I could see the smoke coming from the front of it. So I had to put that one to one side. What I'll do now is take that 10-watt white bulb LED off of it, and then put a 5-watt red LED, the same as I've got on my Aero Scout. Less power, but because it is red, it stands out just as far. At least I won't cook the nose of it. Now, what I'm holding here, yes, I can see you looking at it. The wheels here used to be there. That there used to be a tricycle, because this was a tricycle, but now I've turned it into a tail dragger to suit the ground up here. See what I've done. Obviously, I've hot glued it in, cut some channels out. That's all done there, all nice and solid. Back, I've got some square carbon fibre tube, hollowed. Got the spigot running through there, hot glued all on, and see, nice bit of suspension on there. Hopefully this will solve the problem, because the nose on these things not good, weak as water, really are. Anyway, time to get it fired up. Let's turn that on. Now this runs on a 2-cell 7.4, whereas the Zod and the Warbirds and that run on a 3-cell 11 volt. Right. So this is the first time I've actually flown this as a tail dragger. Well, I have that Velcro on there just as an added, because it does have a habit of popping that off, the cover. It does have a habit of doing that. I don't do what old Martin done. Red. Done. Right, put it down there to initialise. This has got GPS, but I'm turning the GPS off. Oh, rubbish on there. Hasn't initialised yet. Turn into manual. When you're ready, in your own time. Doesn't normally take as long as this. Well, for some reason or another, the oh, that sounds better. Jolly good. Yes. Yes. Yes, it all sounds good now. Make sure I've got my old Scooby-Doo one, just for that's off. Yes, that's it. That's all tickety boot, that's all done. Lovely. Yeah, it takes a little bit of time. Oh, turn all that off. So it's all manual now. Let's turn all the yeah, bit of flapping about because I haven't flown this for such a long time. We'll make sure it's actually flying right. In fact, what I'm going to do, while I'll faff about with this, I'm going to turn this off just for a second, save boredom.